Hey guys, it's your girl Sage. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever this video finds you. I have a prophetic word from the Divine Creator through the form of a dream. I do encourage you to take any and all prophetic messages back to the Divine Creator for confirmation and to not just run with it. However, I must warn you, this dream was a little graphic and is not for the faint of heart. In this dream, it was as if I was watching a movie. Consider me a spectator in this one. The movie I was watching featured members from the Avengers, including Black Widow as the leader, Hawkeye, Wanda, and for some reason Batman from the DC universe. This group of Avengers were in the sewers, and it appeared to be late at night, so it was very dark. I could only make out the characters by the pale moonlight shining on them. Everyone in the group was dressed entirely in black, when suddenly this random college frat boy wearing a white hoodie and white pair of shorts comes into the scene and starts arguing with Wanda that she has a thing for Hawkeye, which I agreed with. As they argued, Black Widow tried to remind them that they were supposed to be discreet since they were on a mission, when suddenly this retracting claw shoots from above and right through her back and rips her heart out of her chest. The heart is already bagged as it begins to retract, but Hawkeye grabs it just in time to stop it from taking her heart. Black Widow looks at her heart in the bag and begins to panic before she falls over. Batman suggests he can operate on her since he knows how to do open heart surgery, but without anesthesia it would be incredibly painful. The scene skips past the surgery and shows Black Widow now unconscious from all the pain she endured. The surgery turned out to be a success, and she was lucky to still have her life. The next scene shows the group carrying the unconscious Black Widow through this glowing green cave that was formed by crystals. They had a captive with them who had missing hands. This captive began to plead for his release, since without his hands he could no longer cause any more harm to anyone, so they all agreed to let him go. As he runs off, he finds his hands and reattaches them while carrying his swords. This dream was kind of strange, but after waking up, I heard the Divine Creator tell me that it was all done in the darkness, which reminded me of the quote, "What is done in the dark will be brought to light." This confirmed for me that this was a dream about the enemy. While it featured members from the Avengers, this represents that they thought they were doing the right thing despite their underhanded approach and tactics to their plan. Them all wearing black represents that they were working under the guise of darkness, yet believed to be the heroes since they were the Avengers, and felt justified in this way. Them being in the sewers, which represents a place that is dark, stinky, and unpleasant to be in, represents that this was something that was formed from down under, in this case possibly the underworld, which is another confirmation that this was an enemy attack. The college frat boy wearing all white represents an external influence that could have distracted or altered the plan according to divine favor. The retracting claw that came from above was divine intervention that occurred and made an example out of the leader of the group by ripping her heart out. For many of you, this leader I am talking about could be a counterfeit, or is someone who is committed to hating you simply by you being yourself. You make this person feel less than simply because you are unafraid to live your life free from the conformity and judgment of society and the enemy matrix. There is a high chance some counterfeits are listening right now, but most of you are likely chosen ones or beings of light aligned with the Divine Creator's path for you. You will understand which camp you are in based on your circumstances. This dream is revealing that the Divine Creator has or will make an example out of your enemies to show others that their chosen one is not to be messed with. Simply put, the chosen ones are living their own lives, and those lives are aligned in the Divine Creator's will. When you are in covenant with the Divine Creator, rest assured that you are protected. The same cannot be said about those who play freely in the Matrix. The glowing green cave represents, as I said before, what is done in the dark will be brought to light. This means that this is something that everyone will be able to see. It will be showcased to you and everyone who has considered going against you. Also, this is another confirmation as to why it felt like I was watching a movie. You yourselves may have a front row seat to all of this, chosen one. And if you do not see this officially happen in the physical, you will hear about it and receive a physical confirmation that this has happened. The prisoner that they had with them had no hands represented someone who had their hands tied and could have been an influence. The prisoner they had with them had no hands and represented someone who had their hands tied, who could have possibly been an influence, but more likely than not represented somebody who was double-minded or played on both sides. This could also represent someone who knew of the plan that was formed against you, but did nothing to stop this plan from happening. Finally, the last thing about this prisoner that came to mind was this is somebody who may possibly be taking revenge, or someone who's very vengeful, as he ran off after pleading for his life, but then found his hands and reattached them with no problem. So this person may be a double agent that takes revenge on you or the group at a later point. The scriptures I have for this stream come from Psalm chapter 12, verse 17. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore. When you're in covenant with the Divine Creator, you are promised protection in a way very similar to how parents protect their children. The next scripture I have comes from Isaiah chapter 54, verse 17. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. Anyone who attempts to go against you or turn others against you will be condemned in the eyes of the Divine Creator. And the more they try to play God, the further they dig their graves, as mentioned in the next scripture I have for you here. Ezekiel chapter 24, verses 7 and 8. For her blood is in the midst of her. She set it on bare rock. She didn't pour it on the ground to cover it with dust. The woman referenced in this scripture had just committed murder and had the audacity to show no remorse or shame for it. Verse 8 of the same scripture reads, that it might cause fury to come up and take vengeance. I have set her blood upon the top of a rock that it should not be covered. The Divine Creator exercised wrath upon the murdering woman and put her to shame in a way that was permanent and would never be forgotten. In the same way, the Black Widow had her heart ripped out in front of everyone. So that's all I have to say on this prophetic message, and as always, please take this message back to the Divine Creator for confirmation if this word is for you. Other than that, I pray you have a blessed rest of your day, and I will catch you next time. And for any counterfeits that are listening, you know who you are. This serves as a warning to keep your distance from the Divine Creator's chosen ones. Bye!